All right. Another day, another Trump drama. A new justice on the Supreme Court. Well, that's the card for the reading. And what I'm getting is that what happened to the children who were separated from their parents is going to come back to bite Trump in a big way, which he absolutely deserves. Okay. Now, past. Well, there's certainly been a lot of emotion stirred up by the Supreme Court on making big decisions, everything from the 2000 presidential election between Bush and Gore to gay marriage to, I mean, you name it. There's been a lot of howling on both sides. But while one side was a little bit stronger than the other, it was still vaguely even. But something new is crawling up out of the muck. A kind of very, very scary extremism. Extremism that does not want to see more people succeed, does not want there to be a more equal playing field, even if there can never be a truly equal playing field. This is what we're looking at, and this is what we're used to, but this is what's crawling out of the muck. All right, card for the reading. Magician. Well, that's not justice. That is a man, a person, taking their power position, their power from on high, and saying this is how it's going to be on the earth. Justice on the Supreme Court. A lot of emotion at the base of the reading. What I'm getting from this is marriage should be between a man and a woman, blah, 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 nonsense. All right, above the reading. This actually strikes me as protests more than just the normal arguments. Protesting Trump policies and what have you. And the special interest groups and, well, there's nothing surprising here, that's for certain. All right, near future. These are people prostrating themselves before Trump. And he's just relishing people begging him. He sees it as they're begging for a job. They're begging for what he has. And he loves that. And he has control over what happens to the court. And he just loves that. And the more, like these little patches and thin marks, the more pathetic they are, the bigger he feels. Future. Ooh. This is Major Arcana, and this is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is fate. This is when you get to a certain level of what you do affecting numbers of people, whether it's a celebrity or it's political power or whatever it is. The kind of bigger forces of the universe kind of step in. They get involved. They are involved just automatically. Or they get involved if they're not. This is not something man-made, per se. I'm not even sure if it's something maybe we wouldn't see coming, but it's not, I don't know, is it, some kind of storm or earthquake or something like that, or this is bigger than this is big energy getting involved. Home environment, that's how Trump feels, especially the one in his neck. They're trying to silence me. They're trying to stop what I want. How dare they? And he's very woe is me. Yeah, with his, $500 million he made last year? No, woe is him. Hopes and fears. He's hoping he can continue to lie, make things up. People are going to believe him. The people that matter are going to believe him. What other people see? The $500 million he made last year. Special interest group. No, he's making money hand over fist. It's just growing on that poisonous vine of corruption, emoluments. Okay. Final outcome. That feels like, well, it actually feels like a woman. It doesn't feel like justice per se, but it's this idea of blind justice, but it's standing on a really nasty swamp and surrounded by swords, and so little people can't get in, but she's also bound. This is not any sense of justice or what the Supreme Court should be, fairness and what have you. This is just, and this is the Mar-a-Lago in the distance kind of thing. This is anything but a fair court. And the government. And the people in political power having more say over what is and what is not justice than anything related to the Supreme Court. So what is this Wheel of Fortune? Let's see what else I can find out here. All right, let's see if we can get some more information about this. The information rushing in is what I'm getting from that. Past. This is the card we got for the signifier of the last reading. Very much a person. A secular human power person, with its McConnell or Trump or whoever, saying this is how it's going to be. All right, base of the reading. You're going to think I didn't shuffle. But I did. They're trying to pack the Republicans are trying to pack the courts. Merrick Garland was not added in when he should have been. They are focused. The Republicans are furious about gay marriage, and they want this traditional type of paradigm in the world where men are in charge telling the women what to do, and yeah. And this is kind of Mercer money. This is kind of donors and the people with big money is having their say. All right, but we want to know about this Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Tariffs on the farmers. That's what I'm getting from that. And this is, it. For once, to me, this looks like it's floating out of his hands. This is a victory card. Yeah, this is victories being made by progressives. These are the things, when it's Wheel of Fortune, it's these are the other things that are going to pile on Trump, adding to his stress, adding to eroding the edges of his base, giving him more sleepless nights. Home environment, Ace of Swords. He sees himself as needing to rule with a weapon, with the cutting edge, yeah, it's not a surprise. I'm not a fan. He's vile. Anyway, hopes and fears. This comes up for me pretty regularly for Trump, that Trump still sees himself as being young and virile, and this is actually a card of air signs, and I believe Trump is a Gemini, but he sees himself as young and strong and slim and yeah. Reality isn't his strong suit. What other people see. Ooh. Whose tower is that? Cohen. The name's just really loud in my head. Cohen. Trump's fixer. Wonder if we'll be hearing more about that soon, or if we're going to have to wait for months and months. I'll have to ask. Final outcome, judgment. Okay, this is kind of dark, but what this is saying to me is that people who have died under Trump's watch, that will come back to haunt him. That will haunt him. Not in the sense of haunting him like he feels bad, but in the sense of the parents who committed suicide, the children who are separated from their families, that are separated from their families forever. You done screwed up, Donald. Just kind of an understatement. And then this just feels very barren. It's usually a card of decisions, but it just feels like scorched earth, where everything's dead. Feels like everything's dead in the water. That might be the result of the EPA, but no, it feels like all of this is going to lead to a situation where Trump is completely isolated. Something coming out where it's going to just leave Trump in the equivalent of a moonscape, completely without completely everything dead around him, alone. Yeah, that's dark. Then again, it's a dark situation. Thank you for watching.